What is poppin', fam? Spanik here, coach of your Alabama Crimson Surf. And this is week 3 of the UTL against my boy Clasped and the Notre Dame Fighting Chesnaughts. And we're 1-1 currently in UTL after a nice 2-0 win. Was it 2-0 or 3-0? I'm not sure. We beat KC and the S.A. Ninjas last week on the heels of a Lowland Sand Slash with a pseudo hail sweep. It was nice. I wanted to pull that off, and I picked up a Lowland Sand Slash, and it seemed to work out in my favor, which is nice. But now we're focused here on week 3 versus Clasped and the Chesnaughts, our third divisional opponent in 3 weeks. So we will have a rematch later in the season. So let's take a look at what he could possibly bring. It's my recording. So let's take a look at what he could possibly bring. I pressed the wrong button. My mistake. My bad. He could bring Tapu Fini, Mega Manectric, Tornadus Therian, Serena, Garchomp, Talonflame, Kamala, Conkeldurr, Weezing, Mesprit, and Metagross. So based on what he brought, nothing really out of the ordinary. I expected most of these mons to come, or at least had them as a strong maybe. I don't think I predicted his 6 exactly. I didn't think he was gonna bring Metagross. I thought maybe instead he was gonna bring Serena. But it is what it is. I'll take Metagross. Actually could have been easier to deal with because of my Meloetta. That's why Meloetta has Shadow Ball. Anyway, speaking of Meloetta, let's get right into the team. Bringing standard Calm Mind, Fizdef, Clef here with Fire Blast, Moon Blast, Calm Mind, and Soft Boiled. This was kind of made because I knew Calm Mind Clef would just wreck his shop, and I could set up on Tapu Fini. I could set up on Weezing potentially as well. Because at +1, I could take Sludge Bombs from it, and he can't poison me because I'm Magic Guard. So I could take Sludge Bombs from Weezing, I could set up on that, and potentially do work to his team. I have here Spadef Donphan. This is one of my answers to Manectric. Could even 1v1 Talonflame potentially, because Donphan is just bulky as hell. Even though I'm Spadef, I still could take 3 Flare Blitzes with ease. It's a solid mon. We got here Mega Sharpedo. We got here Mega Sharpedo with I think I have Psychic Fangs, Protect, Waterfall Crunch, just dual stab, hits his team hard. Psychic Fang. No, I had Poison Jab instead of Waterfall. I didn't have Water Stab on this. I had Poison Jab for Fini. But I have Psychic Fangs for Weezing, Crunch hits everything, and then Poison Jab for this. Because Poison Jab and Poison Fangs do exactly the same damage. Pretty much exactly the same damage. So it's a question of actually Poison Jab does slightly more. So it's really a question of do I want the Toxic Poison or the regular Poison. I kind of went with the slightly more power. I have here Shaman as well. Another answer to Mega Manectric. Could be an answer to Fini as well. And it's just, I have HP Rock on this Shaman set for Talonflame. Try to catch Talonflame on a switch in. I could fire off an HP Rock and then potentially Murk it. I think if he's Spadef, he lives, though. So I could also gouge his Talonflame set and just maybe go hard Donphan on it. Which is just... Shaman's a plan B answer to Mega Manectric in case he brought both Mega Manectric and Talonflame, which you see he did. Shaman's a plan B answer to the Manectric. So, because I would need Donphan for Talonflame. Zydoge with Dragon Dance, E-Speed, Outrage... Yeah, E-Speed, Dragon Dance, Outrage, and 1,000 Arrows. Because 1,000 Arrows just hits everything hard. Outrage, I kind of need a 4th move and I didn't know what to put, so I put Outrage. I was thinking Glare maybe in case of Scarf Jump. But we'll see what happens with that. I had E-Speed for priority. I could pick off Manectric. I could pick off Garchomp. I could pick off pretty much anything. If his Talonflame is low, he doesn't have the Gale Wings anymore, so I could pick that off as well. And 1,000 Arrows, it hits Wheeze, it hits everything. And Dragon Dance, just because I could potentially set up a DD on something. If his Notre doesn't have HP Ice, I could force Weezing out if he doesn't have HP Ice on the Weezing. I could force Weezing out and set up a Dragon Dance and then just clean house. Or if Metagross doesn't have Ice Punch, I could set up on that as well. Because I do have some HP investment to take a hit. And then lastly, Sub-Calm Mind Meloetta. With Sub-Calm Mind's Shadow Ball, Psyshock, perfect coverage on his team. I hit everything hard. I could sub up also on Weezing. And if I'm able to get the sub up on Weezing, it's just setup fodder. It's just setup fodder. So pretty much my game. So from the looks of my team construction, my game plan for this game was to set up on Weezing, but my God, that does not happen. All right, so in choosing a lead, I figured he was probably going to lead Manetric, and he actually does lead Manetric. And I decided to lead with Donphan, expecting him to lead Manetric. He just pulls a switch into his Weezing as I get rocks up. So good for me. I then pull a switch into my Clefable because it's my dedicated check to this thing. As he goes, well, it's not my dedicated check. I kind of went Clefable there just to scout what he was going to do. And he clicked Toxic, which is great for me because Clefable was my status absorber. Clefable and Shaman are kind of my status absorber. Shaman's kind of a pseudo because of natural cure. I will get the poison cured. So anyway, Clef was the switching because I could take a Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb. And if he Toxics, it's even better. I immediately start setting up Calm Minds, as I see no reason why not. He does reveal the Sludge Wave, and it does nothing to me, especially at the leftovers. So I go for Fire Blast for damage, and I do get damage, but he reveals Clear Smog! Oh no. Okay, I knew this thing got Clear Smog, but I didn't think he would bring it. Honestly, I thought his moveset was going to be some sort of status, whether it was Toxic, Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave, didn't matter which. HP Ice for my Zydo. HP Ice so Zydoge can't set up on it. And Pain Split for recovery. I didn't think he was going to bring the Clear Smog. That really threw me off because my game plan was to set up on Weezing and just win. But now it looks like that's not happening because of the Clear Smog. And it looks like the plan B setup fodder probably is going to be Feeny with like Meloetta or something. So that really threw me off kilter. And we're just going to go through this exchange. I'm going to start setting up Calm Minds again. He's just going to go for Sludge Wave. That's going to do 0. I'm going to just go for the Soft Boiled here. It's just a stall fest between me and this Weezing for a little bit. Yeah, it's just going to be a giant stall fest. I go for Fire Blast just for damage. Maybe get a burn on this. And that Sludge Wave does a metric ton. I am running No Split F though, so it does come as no surprise. He clears Smog because they're predicting my Calm Mind. Now I decide to soft boiled again, and this Sludger is going to do another metric shit ton. And this is he actually gets a higher roll there, and that's actually going to play a factor later in the battle. So now I just go into Meloetta, because then after like 6 million turns of this shenanigans, I realize, wait, I could just set up a sub here. So now he goes into Metagross. I'm able to get the sub off, which is really nice. And he reveals to be Scarf Metagross, because I speed crit Metagross with this Meloetta. Yeah, I speed crit Metagross with this Meloetta, so that confirms that he's Scarf Metagross. And I was just like, oh shit, he's Scarf Metagross. So now he's locked in a Meteor Mash. So I go hard Sharpedo here, because I get the free speed boost now. I pray he doesn't get the attack boost there. I protect because I want my free speed boost. He did reveal, yeah, he will reveal to be Scarfed. I go for Crunch here in base form, so I don't get so I get the speed boost again, and I guarantee outspeed everything. He goes into Feeny. I just decide to Mega here because I don't know what Shark's doing. I want damage on this Tapu Fini. I don't get the poison, and Moonblast just takes me out. Part of the reason I went for that, I thought there was a slight chance he may go for Nature's Madness or something, predicting my switch into Shaman or Clefable, but he just goes right for the Moonblast, which is fine. I then go into Shaman. I Leech Seed on the Feeny as he defogs, which is fine by me. He can defog my Rock Spray all he wants. I do have the Leech Seed now on him. So I will get health back. And on this turn, I was thinking, okay, it's a 50-50 here, because he could go hard Talonflame if he wants to, and I do have the HP Rock on Shaman. So I was thinking here, it was a 50-50. I was thinking here, is he going to stay in or go hard Talonflame? And I thought to myself, if he goes hard Talonflame, I could just go right in the Donphan after the HP Rock damage on his Roost and get a free switch. So I go for the Seed Flare here, and I miss. That is the most clutch miss in history. I went for the Seed Flare there, thinking I would be able to pick off the Tapu Fini, and then if he goes Talonflame, I just go right in the Donphan. So I click the Seed Flare here, and I miss on this thing. That miss is going to play in huge later in the battle, because now he clicks Nature's Madness, and my Shaman takes 50%. So now I have a slightly weakened Shaman, meaning that Manectric now is going to be able to do a lot more, especially if he has the fire coverage, which he did. Spoiler alert, he did not end up having fire coverage on this Manectric. He had Volt, Bolt, HP Ice, and Protect. So therefore, that miss is going to be huge later in the battle. So now I think, all right, he's going to go hard Talonflame here because he's going to know that I'm not. He's going to know that I'm playing it safe. I immediately thought he's thinking, oh, he's going to play it safe, so I'm going to go hard Talonflame here. I revealed the HP Rock. And he stays in, doing a lot more damage to my Shaman. So now I know he's 100% sacking this Tapu Fini. I'm able to get some more health back, but it's really not going to make a difference. As I Seed Flare here and pick up the nice kill, I get some more leftovers. As he goes into Talonflame, I just sack my Shaman here. I just sack my Shaman here because really no point in keeping it around. I didn't want to go hard Donphan. But now I do go hard Donphan, and now I do right in the Donphan and take the hit. As rocks go up, he is Roost. I go for Gunk Shot. It's my only move to hit this Talonflame with. I don't have Stone Edge. I'm just a utility set on the Donphan. I go for Earthquake there, thinking he'd Roost, but he didn't Roost. I don't know why he didn't Roost. So he goes to the Flare Blitz again. I just now go for Gunk Shot for damage, and I end up picking up the nice kill there. But now I am terrible. Now this Manectric, I am terribly weak to it. I'm terribly weak to it because of that Seed Flare miss. I was forced to sack Shaman to the Talonflame because I couldn't switch it in on HP Ice now. The damage allowed me to take 2 HP. If I'm full, I could have taken like 3 HP Ice with ease. But now at that damage, I couldn't take HP Ice. I just go for Side Shot, killing the Weezing. I maybe should have Calm Minded there. But I knew I was going to get revenge by Garchomp regardless. He goes into the Manectric here and clicks Volt Switch. And then he goes into Garchomp. I'm able to get some nice damage off at the Side Shock, but it's not a lot because Garchomp is very bulky. So here I just sack my Meloetta. Thinking he's Scarf Chomp, I go into the Zydoge here. As he does reveal to be Scarf Chomp. And I go for the 1,000 Arrows. I don't get the roll to kill. I just go for the E-Speed. And Manectric's just going to be able to clean up the game. Zydoge kills himself with the Life Orb. And this is where the turn 1 damage on Clef matters a lot, because Manectric is going to be able to pick me off here. GG Claps, that freaking Seed Flare miss sucked, because my Shaman at full could have been able to 1v1 Manectric, but with that damage I couldn't 1v1 Manectric, because Earth Power, and I had Earth Power, so I wouldn't have to risk a Seed Flare on the Manectric. It's actually in Seed Flare range now with the 63%. The reason I sacked Shaman there is because I couldn't take 2 HP Ices anyway from my range. Or I think it was a roll. I think it was a roll in your favor. I think it was a roll in his favor, actually. And I gotta run the calcs again. Maybe I misplayed by sacking Shaman, but what are you gonna do? So GG, we're 1-2 now. Only a 1-0 loss, so that's not too bad. Next week, I think we take on the Seattle Slowkings in every league except this one. I think we take on Tacoma Torteras next week. So I'll see you guys then. Spanic out.